Hi, this is Alex from Groovy Entertainment. Today is live stream number 13, and everybody's been asking for a live stream, so I hope I get a lot of people this time. And I know I look a little whipped, but I didn't really comb my hair at all, so you get to see the natural look. And let's see how long this live stream can be. Because the more people who ask me questions, make the live stream longer. If I have to talk to myself, the live stream not gonna be as long. Now, if you're watching this live stream, I don't have my record player with me because I left it at my mom's house yesterday. So I'm mostly gonna probably do a lot of movies until I get my record player back. I'm hoping Monday. I'm hoping Monday I get it back. Monday afternoon. So tomorrow morning, you get another video or something. It won't be a record, but it'll be a cartoon or something. So I'll keep talking to. 'Cause I know people. It takes a while for people to come on. So I'll give it a good 5 minutes. I'll yeah, get 5 minutes, see what happens. Then I'll just ramble on for a while. Now today's a nice day. There's no rain outside. A little cloudy, but a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday I was gonna do a live stream, but I didn't have the sun power, so I did an unboxing episode instead. And I'll probably do two. I'll probably do the live stream. I'll be talking about my 2 years being on YouTube, and then make a video about it, just in case nobody. Well, right for 3 years, but 2 years of me talking. If my dog had a YouTube channel, she would be. She made it for 3 years because the first was about my dog. The first one, let's see, the first one was about her walking across my bed. Yeah, I wanted to try my phone out to see how it would work filming. And it came out good. And then I just stuck it on YouTube to see what YouTube was all about. And I'm not too sure if I got any views or any like on that video. Then I got bored and made a second video. Let's see, the first one was November. Then I did a video in December of her walking around the living room. It made it longer. And then I didn't do any more videos until April 15th of 2019. And that was my first unboxing episode also. So with a 2-in-1 video. So I've been on YouTube for 2 years, and my dog been on for 3 years. But she didn't really start coming on. You didn't really see her in any videos really until I think 2020. Yeah, I can't remember, but when you see the videos, you're gonna see that my couch got changed. I moved my chair and everything, and you got to see the dog even more. You got to see the dog more better because you're walking around in some videos, you're dancing in some, you're playing with her toys and laying down. And if I was smart, I would have kept making videos, even even in the new year 2019 or more in December. But I didn't know what to do or anything, so I only did the two videos. And then on my couple of days after my birthday, I tried it again, and people loved this. People kind of liked the unboxing episode I did. Of course, some of the stuff you couldn't see in the video, you won't ever see in any of my videos because it was mostly karate movies and stuff, and I can't record an hour or 2 hour movie. I wouldn't want to hold the camera in my. Yeah, I won't. I wouldn't want to hold that GoPro for 2 hours, and then I don't want the copyrights from another country to get me. 'Cause the Japanese and Chinese films, they're more strict with their copyrights. So if I showed a Chinese movie, they would take my channel down completely. Unless it's dubbed in English and the American rights, then they won't care. That's why they were able to show a lot of 60 anime that was made in English. And then I got the paper, but no guy next to me. And I would show everything I did. I wrote it all out so I would know if I had it on YouTube and the breaks I did. I know it's on my kitchen table. I think I did a lot of it on April, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, people keep asking me how long I've been on YouTube and when I started, and I'll probably keep going until YouTube stops my channel. And my channel is different than anyone else channel on YouTube also, because I started my channel because I saw other people who've been on YouTube before I was, like 10 years ago, and they had a whole channel full of books and records and other kind of stuff. And it was interesting. And I had my small collection of books and records that I would win it off the internet back when you could win stuff free off the internet. And I said they can do it, I can do it, and have a competition. Of course, I didn't know that they stopped 10 years ago, and I was seeing their old channel. And there were like 5 channels I was looking at, and they all had almost the same stuff. Some of the channels had different stuff that the other channels didn't have, but the bulk of it was all the same. But their way was a lot better than mine because they would change the pages of the book without you seeing them. I can't do that, and I probably never do that. And then I came out 20 boy 2019, and by that point, the show had been uh, kind of no longer existent. Now the channel I looked at, you can't even find them channels anymore. But I think YouTube took them off because they were so old. Now some people are trying to come back with the books and records now that I have started this thing. I had competition, but not big ones. Because I was looking on YouTube, I think it was Thursday or either Monday or Thursday of this week, and I saw somebody had a book and record channel that they started about 8 months ago, and I saw another one that started a month ago, and then there was one that started 2 years ago. So they are trying to come back, and I like when I have competition, but I think it's kind of hard because I play too much books and records, and they're trying to start, and books and record are kind of getting out to eat because if we're all buying the same book and record, the already got it's not gonna be no books and record for a lot of us. And I think I bought the bulk of it because I kept on buying them because I'm trying to do something different, and I think I'm digging at the bottom of the barrel now. That's why I'm doing cassette tapes now. I will be doing cassette tapes because I I think that would be even better if I have the whole if I have the whole pie instead of only half of the pie. Because I only would play record and VCR tapes and DVDs, and that's only half of the pie. If you get the cassette tapes, you get the whole pie. And if I was real good and had a Betamax, then I could already have the whole pie. But that machine cost, boy, that big old machine cost about $500 to buy a used one, and the tapes to go with it cost about $100 for each one of them. So I'll never get a Betamax machine ever again. Now a Betamax machine is kind of a before the VCR came out. It was a big old machine that had small small VC. It was like a small VCS tape, and it played. It played clear movies. It was clearer than the VCR tapes. It was like watching a DVD on a VCR machine, but they didn't have much movies out. And then the VCR player came out. I think a year or two later, and they came out with a bunch of VCR movies that you can buy and rent, and they had more of a selection. So you would get 50 VCR selection at the rental place. In the Betamax, you would only lucky if you had 10 or 12 of them same to choose from, and you couldn't record too good on the Betamax. You could. I think the Betamax only hold about an hour or two recording time, and the VCR hold 8 hours. So people want more for their money, and the VCR was cheaper too. VCR players. I think that would happen to the records. The record was big, then the cassette came out, and you could do more with the cassette. You can record on the record player on records. But back then, people always recorded on records at their house. They made a recordable record thing that you can take your record player on this machine and you record off TV or the radio. I think TV commercials. I don't know how well it went because when I was little, you saw TV commercials, but you never saw nobody talk about it. And then the H track came out, I think year before or around the cassette players. And the cassette tapes, the H track died off. But you couldn't record on the H track. And then they would go back playing their short version songs. Sometimes they would play long version that people requested a song. And I think it was the afternoon time. You can request a song. They would or a He-Man one. They would run them too. It was something popular for the time it came out. And I'm a video game person, so I did the latest video game that they had in the 80s and 90s. Because I had my Nintendo, or should I say I got my Nintendo when they first came out. So I got a lot of games for it. Little kid with 5 games to play with. And then I moved it to a Sega system when I was 6 or 7 years old. But I was 3 years old when I played when I got my first Nintendo. And I still got the Nintendo. I still got my same old Nintendo system, and I still got my Sega Master, and I still got my Sega Master System too, with all the games I used to have on it. Except one game, because when I was a teenager, there was a store called Funko Land, and I sold all my. I think I sold all my Master Systems, in the games I went. I took out my Master System games and to get one Nintendo game, and then I tried. Then later on, when I was a a a grown up, I got all my games back, but that took a long time. And I got my Super Nintendo for the first time at a grown up also. Because when I was a kid, I always wanted the Super Nintendo, but my cousin, the Sega system, the Sega Genesis was better than the Super Nintendo. So they talked me into getting a Sega Genesis. But now I got a Super Nintendo and a Sega Genesis, so I got both of them. This month or next month, I might be either do some video games on the channel also, so you can see me play some video games on the channel. Because I'm figuring out how to use my GoPro, and I got it figured out a little bit more. So I might try to use that machine and do video game videos. Oh, I'm glad you like that idea too. And I could play if I'm good. I might be able to do 3 video games in one video. Like I don't want to do too many video games, but I don't think nobody gonna sit for a long video. So if I do 3 different games and try to play them, I love both Nintendo and Sega. Oh, that's awesome. And I have a lot of Nintendo games and a lot of Sega games. But I got more Atari games than in my collection. And I got a lot of PlayStation games also. But I got a modern day system that has over 50,000 games. So I'll be playing on that much. I'll be playing on that too. It won't be original systems, but it'll be the original games. And that'll be easier too, but then I could just hook up one machine and play any game I want. And in this video, I know all and every video I do, or every live stream I do, I show you what I'm drinking. And in this time I'm drinking this orange soda because I like glass orange sodas. I like glass sodas. Kind of old fashioned. The last live stream I've been doing, I've been drinking a lot of Kool Aid, and I think the other one I was drinking apple juice. It was on my first live stream. So because I don't really drink any alcohol. I mostly drink fruit juice and soda. And I always keep something near me because when I talk too long, my throat get dried. So to be on the safe side, I have to keep something next to me because I can talk for hours. I just it's hard talking for hours when you have nobody to talk to. Because when I'm on the phone with my mom, I think I can talk. I think we talk for 3 hours every time she calls, and we'll see how long this live stream will go. I'll keep going on until I run out of things to say or run out of people to talk to. And I hope it ain't breaking up like it did last time. The last time it froze and broke up and everything. So I'm hoping this time it don't do any of that. And I'm gonna make a video of this other thing I'm gonna do, talking about how YouTube is taking away. likes and dislikes off of people's channel that they don't like. And because three of my Dick Tracy's video that I had done, I wanted to see if it was true, and I liked all three of them, but they didn't show up on they didn't show up on the videos. So that means that means they're trying to stop them three videos from being popular. Now I don't never get dislikes ever, so I can't I don't so I can't prove that, but I can prove that they're taking away likes because they must think because they must think my channel is not a good channel. And I know I don't play anything modern, and all my stuff I play is kind of is old stuff. And I know some of the stuff I do play is kind of controversy because it's not what they want. It's not what they want me to play on their site. But I love the retro stuff, and I love uncut stuff. So I play happily. Oh, hi, Asher the Elder, and thanks. Can't believe I've been on for 2 years. I love the Pink Panther record I requested. They sound awesome. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad I was able to play that Pink Panther record for you. I know it took a while, but soon we will have all the Pink Panther record on my channel. I know we got one coming out for next month, and then there's one more left that I have to buy. Then I'll have all five Pink Panther records. There's probably more out. There's probably more, but only five that I can find. Unless there was only five Pink Panther records, I don't know. Because I remember the Pink Panther Party Time. I had that when I was a kid, but I can't remember if there was a whole bunch out there because I got that at a Kmart. Yeah, Kmart way back in 82, 83. And yeah, it was a lot of money back when I first bought that record. And then I melted it when I was 29 years old. I left it near the heater, and the heater melted five of my records. The other four I couldn't replace because I couldn't remember the names of the records because I didn't write them down. But I remember the Pink Panther record, so I got that. But the other record I got destroyed was some kind of Smurf record. I think it was Smurfs. It had little green creatures on it, but I can't remember it, so I can't buy it again. And I'm hoping this time I can make it a whole hour live stream because I got nothing on TV, so I'm wasting my time. I'm not really wasting my time, using my time talking to my subscribers. Because Sunday is my free day because there's never nothing good on Sundays. And you might be able to hear my TV in the background, but because I'm using my laptop, the webcam is terrible picking up sounds picking up background sounds. So that's what saves me. If I was using my telephone, then my phone picks up all kinds of sounds, and I'm glad I could remember some people's names. And I'm getting pretty good. 'Cause I'm on 13, and the person who I copied this from, uh, Dan Fan, she does YouTube a lot about Japanese stuff, Japanese cartoons, Japanese comics, and she's a 20-year-old YouTuber, and she's on number 19 of her live streams. Of course, she does hers every Friday in the afternoon time, and I think she got kind of better technology than I do. I think she's using her computer just like I am, but she got a better computer. That's how I got the idea for putting numbers down on my live streams. And she does our live streams. So she's at 19. I'm at 13. So I got six more live streams to go before I catch up to her. And let's see. There's a lot of people I watch their live streams. Mostly I save the live streams so I can watch it later. Because they do their live streams all kinds of hours and days. And some people when they do live streams, I'm either too tired or want to sit for them, or they come on too early and I can't watch them. And then some of them, after they do their live stream, they either delete them or they make them private so I can't watch them at all. I would never do that to my live streams. And like I said, you can ask any question you want. I'll answer them the best that I can. And if you want any requests, you can leave it. You can tell me in the live stream, but if you leave it in the comments, I'll be to find it better too. I'll be to highlight your request and paste it to all the sites to look for your request. And I can't copy and paste off the live stream. I tried that. That didn't work too good. Because I thought you can highlight and paste off of anything. And I got a notebook that I write everybody requests on. So when I do an unboxing episode or a video, I remember who is who. Now sometimes I forget to write down people names until after I do the video, the unboxing videos. Then I have to remember. Then I have to ask people who's asked for what. Now I know there's one channel I watch that she does almost 3 hour live streams. Of course, she got a bigger a bigger subscriber count, so they talk to her more. And that is Mega Mega Random 42, and she talks about all the modern day stuff that I would never talk about unless it have to do something with my retro stuff. She sometimes talks about retro stuff too because she's older than I am. She gets to talk more about that stuff than I can because I was born in the 80s. She was born in the late 70s, so she got to enjoy all of the 80s as a kid. And she got to do a lot more. I was a I was a kid in the middle part of the 80s, but I but surprisingly I got to do probably as much as she got to do, but I kind of squeezed everything in. Cause I used to watch a lot of TV in the 80s and play a lot of video games. And I went out. outside. I went outside as much as I do now. Well, I wasn't an outside kid, and let's see how long. There we go. I'm kind of short, and I didn't have any friends really, so I didn't really play with a bunch of people outside. So I was more inside with my old my old Tandy computer, my Tandy 2000. Cause I had like three computers. I had a Tandy 2000, a IBM, and another computer. And back then, the computer used to talk to you. So you would type in some kind of code, and the computer would say hi to you, would say your name if you take the code in right. And then if you knew the codes for the games, you can type in the codes, and and it would play games with you. You could play. I remember I used to play checker and chess a lot. Nowadays, computers don't. You don't have to worry about putting codes in to make your computer work. But back then, everything was on DOS, so you had to remember your codes. And if you did the wrong code, you would destroy your computer, and your computer wouldn't work anymore. So I had that. Then I had my video games, and then I had all my movies I used to watch on the VCR tapes and on the TV. Because I had a TV in my bedroom, I used to just sit down and watch TV. And because I was the only child, I got a lot of stuff. I was kind of like the kid on Silver Spoons. Was that Ricky? I was kind of like him, but living in living in a regular house. And he lived in a mansion. And I do have an arcade machine. I just the arcade machine at my mom's house because it was too loud to be in my house. Because I live in kind of like an apartment kind of thing. So you got neighbors on both sides. But my mom lives in a regular house that she got no neighbors really. That she can you can play louder things over there. And besides, I think I did videos of me playing my arcade machine about 2 years ago. I started doing games video in July of 2019, and yeah, because you get to see that one of my videos I made 2 years ago m- became a YouTube short video, and I didn't do it for a YouTube short. I just did it because I just did the video that way. But because YouTube shorts came out, that video that I did 2 years ago became one of my YouTube shorts. And it's kind of fun doing something that I did before it became popular. Hi, whatever, M. Good morning to you. And how are you doing today? This is nice. I got three people for the first time. See, good morning. So it must be the because right now 1:42 p.m. on my side. I'm doing well. It's a lazy day. That's good to hear. Yeah, that's how it is, and that's how it is with me too. I got nothing to do, so I'm just doing a live stream. What time is it on your side? Because 1:43 p.m. and 10:42. Okay, so you're 4 hours. You're 4 hours back of it. Yeah, nice to know the different time zones, and nice to have a new person to talk to. Also, this might be the best live stream I have ever done. Because they say 13 is an unlucky number, but for me, it's a lucky number. And like I said before, you can ask me anything you want, but if you leave a request, you can leave a request on here, but leave it again on the comments on the bottom too, so I can highlight your request if you leave any and paste it on different sites. Because you can't really copy and paste off the live stream comments. And I never knew why YouTuber people always said leave your leave anything that you really want me to look at in the comments below. And I was wondering why they always said that until I tried to copy off the live stream, couldn't do it. And I'm glad today is a real good Sunday. I've been trying to do a live stream for a while, but because the sunlight is terrible, because the sunlight been terrible lately, because it's been raining for boy, it's been raining for like 4 or 5 days. So when it rains, the sunlight, I have bad sunlight, and I don't want to give you bad quality if I don't have to. And because of the rain, I really couldn't watch TV really because I watch TV off of rabbit ears, and if the rabbit ears ain't working too good, I don't get those no channels. But I don't have cable TV, and then I have to watch. Then I have to watch my Roku box to watch TV. But I do everything free. Only thing I pay for is my Amazon Prime, so I can watch movies off of that. And YouTube got a lot of good movies on their channel also. I was watching a cowboy movie a couple of days ago, and it was clear. I think it was in widescreen also. So I was real happy. And I'm a retro man, so when I can find retro stuff to watch, it makes me real happy. Because when I was a kid in the '80s, they had a channel that used to show a lot of old movies, but they would show the old movies at I think it was 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock, and they would show them until till 6 o'clock, and then the TV would go off, and they would show the the American anthem and all that. And if I was lucky enough, I got to see the American anthem before the TV went off. But sometimes I wasn't so lucky, and I just got to watch 3 movies. And then some channel used to show the Johnny Carson show. I used to be able to watch him. I think he was NBC. So I think he was the last show on NBC before. Yeah, I think his show was on. Then they would show 2 movies, and then the channel would go off on that channel. Because back then there was only 5 or 6 channels you can watch. So you had to pick and choose which channel you wanted to sit through. And if you didn't have a good rabbit ears, you didn't get to see that channel. What the next Peter Pan book on record you're gonna do next month in May? The next Peter Pan. It's not a. It's not a book on record, but the next one would be this one. Uh, Little Braves Samu or Simba, but I won't know until I get the rest of my stuff in. If I get the rest of my stuff in, this might not be the first Peter Pan record. But if I get all my stuff in, and there are no Peter Pan records, then that'd be the one we'll be doing in May. So right now that might be the one we'll be doing. But we'll see. Cause I should be getting a lot of package in this week. I was introduced to old television programs through the Nickelodeon channel. Yeah, I used to watch Nick at Night a lot too when we first got cable. I think Nick at Night came out year 88 or 89. I know we got cable back in 87, and back then there was only I think there was 15 cable channels back in the days, and now was a lot of channels for the time because you go from 6 to 15, and they all came in clear. Cause I remember I used to watch the Disney Channel, and I think the Disney Channel, MTV, and Nickelodeon. And I think AMC was on cable too back in that time. And there used to be a channel called TNN, and they used to show a lot of country shows. I think they showed Hee Haw. That okay, so your Tom and Jerry will be coming out in the mail this month. So that might be the second. So that might so that might be the second Peter Pan record we'll be doing for next month. Or the first one. 'Cause that's the only Peter Pan book and record we do have, the Tom and Jerry one, when that comes to the house. I am excited for the dragon or the dinosaur versus for that book count since yeah it counts. It does. That book you would have to wait until see I would be buying that book next month for June. And it counts because it's 2010 and that book is 10 years 11 years old. So that counts as a retro book. Because anything that's not now is old. Think of back in 2010, I was about 29 years old or 30 years old. I'm not real good with the math, but I was young back then. Yeah, too bad I start my YouTube channel back then. Then I'll be making money if I had started back then. And it'll be my first time reading that book. Also, the I also requested the Little Red Hen Disney book record. Yeah, well, yeah, I didn't look for that one yet, but because I hadn't Ray renewed my computer lately, but I will be looking for that book tonight. And I'll buy that book. See if I can find it. I'll buy it for May, and you get to see it for June. Because any request you ask for now will be for the May pickup. And that'll be interesting because I never heard the Disney version of that record. I only heard the Golden Book version that I played either last year or 2019. And I'm glad the dinosaur book is got big writings because I got bad eyes and I don't see too good if the words too small. So when the words are nice and big, I'm real happy. That's why I got a lot of comic books that I do read, but it takes me so long to read the books because they're small. That's why I probably won't do any. I won't. That's why I probably won't read any comic books on the channel because I'll be squinting trying to film and read. Wouldn't look too good. But you can see my eyes are kind of not wide open. So if I have to read something, you won't never see my eyes open. I'll be squinting the whole time. But I did do a video of me talking about my comic books about I think it was 2019 or 2020. And recall I did an awesome book series that I talked about comic books, adventure books and stuff. Yeah, it's in the playlist. I just don't know how long I did it for. I didn't do too much of that series. It did pretty good. I was surprised because I didn't think me talking about my book collections would make any views or anything. Because I just and any idea that pops in my head, I just do it and pray for the best. And when it comes out good, I'm real happy. When it comes out not so good, I just think of another idea to throw out there. Because I don't really get I am Satan the here. I Yeah, we will it won't be books on CDs, but I do got some stories on CDs that I'm gonna try to play and see how bad it does. Because CDs got a lot more copyrights to them because they're a modern day technology. Let's see, I'm going to watch those. But I'm going to watch those. I hadn't scroll your channel. I usually just watch new stuff. I'm sure you'll be able to pronounce the word potty. Yeah, I talk kind of fast, as you see. So when I talk too fast, I just merge the word together. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff on the channel. There's so many playlists that I had created. I got all kind of things. My channel is about anything that's retro. And yeah, I did some video game stuff. I talked about books. I talked about my CD collection. I talked about a lot of my movie stuff, my record collection, and I said, oh, I played some of them. So I made a playlist of what I did play, and we got a handful more to play for this month and for next month. It's just the school tastic stuff. What I got don't got no books in them. Let's see. Um, in, in a couple more days, we'll be playing Georgie, and this is a school tastic book. We got a whole bunch of them we'll be playing for this month. And then your Clifford for next month is a school tastic. So we got some new stuff for next month. And then down the line, I'll get some more. But the books are kind of hard to find because I'm thinking that people lose their books, so they only sell the cassette tapes or the records of the stuff. Unless they're keeping their books, because to me, if I was selling something, I would sell the complete collection, not just half of the collection. Let the book got destroyed or there was no book to it. But we do got a lot of different kind of companies. And now I got a lot more ideas for the channel because we're gonna be doing stories on CDs either next month or June, because I got some radio shows on CDs, and I'm hoping that they don't get blocked so everybody can see it. But I know they're gonna be having a copyright on them because they're CDs and they're brand new. They're not the stuff I'm gonna be playing is old, but the CDs are modern day things. So the cassette tapes might have good luck with them. I have to finish 11th grade for school by next month. Oh, that should be easy to do. Cause I remember, boy, I haven't been in school in years, but I remember I had to finish 12th grade, and I merged my 11th and 12th grade together, so I didn't have to go back to school to do my 12th grade exams, and that was interesting. Of course, well, I hadn't been in school almost in 20 years. And of course, I was one of the kids that didn't like going to school. I just went home and had to go. And I didn't really pay attention in school too much either. Could be why I don't. It could be why I don't read too good and all that. Dang, that sounds hard, huh? Yeah, it was kind of hard because I had to do all my 11th grade classes and my 12th grade classes and all that work. Yeah, yeah. Even the teacher was amazed that I was able to do all that stuff, and I had to do it on in 3 months because I was a class clown in school, and I didn't believe in doing schoolwork. AP classes are hard for me. Oh, I don't know what AP classes are, but so when you fool around in school, you have to do all your stuff in limited time. Now, if I was like the regular kids and paid attention, I probably wouldn't have had so much work to do. Of course, I was doing backup work too because I didn't want to do I didn't want to do 11th grade again. So I was doing backup classes in my regular classes. AP classes are advanced. Oh, okay. Might be something new, unless they had it back then also. Like I said, I hadn't been in school so long that I don't remember. I don't really know much about all the school stuff. And like I said too, I was just doing school just to pass. CT classes are pretty easy for me. Oh, no, I never heard of CTE classes, but they could be probably something new that wasn't around during my time. It was nice seeing you guys, but I have to go. See you next time. Have a wonderful day. Okay, whatever, Em. It was nice having you here also. And we'll see you next time on my next live stream. You have a wonderful day also. Oh, okay. I never knew. I think they, yeah, I think they had that back then because I remember kids used to they used to give kids jobs. If the, I never went to that kind of class, but I remember a lot of kids they would go to the principal to look for a job or whatever, and he would tell them what job to go to. Then was the kid that wanted to do more in school. The only class I like in school was lunch period because in high school you had 45 minutes lunch and you didn't have to see the teacher for 45 minutes. So you got to sleep in the lunch period, got to read some comic books and stuff. Yeah, I like the lunch and the go home bill. Yeah, but all the way at 2:10, and I would be the first one out the door. Because I didn't use my locker ever. I kept forgetting how to open the locker. Because I was bad with numbers. So I kept all my stuff near me. So when the time to go to the next classes, I didn't have to go to my locker ever. And then sometime I would have people I knew. I would share their locker because they knew their combination more. And the book is about dinosaurs who does many funny things and thinks he doesn't have to go potty. He wins every time, but at the end, uh, it's like me when I was a little kid. My mom always said, make sure you go to the bathroom before you leave the house. And I never did. And then when we got to where we had to get to, I had to look for a bathroom real fast. So my mom didn't really stop. She kept on going until she had to go to the grocery store or to the department store. And they wasn't close by, so we had a long ride. Too bad I didn't write a book about that when I was little. Then it would have been called Alex in the Potty. This book is about Franklin and it's super. Wait, yeah, I think I saw that book on cassette tape. Franklin's surprise birthday, and I was gonna get that this month, but because the person went on vacation, I'm gonna try to get it for next month, and maybe by then the price will go down because we always had two Franklin books this month, or not this for next month, but because the person was on vacation, I couldn't get the two Franklin books on cassette tapes. But I will try again next month and hope he's back home. Then I'll grab them two books on cassette tapes and we'll have them for June. Yeah, Franklin looked interesting. The picture I got to see on the front of the book cover. And I found some books about Franklin. Some books from the 80s. It's a gangster TV show. I seen the movie back when I was little, back when, back in 87, 88. But the TV show was better than the movie. I think. Or it could be because I was young. I didn't couldn't understand the movie. Yeah, I saw the TV show more when I was little than the movie. And one day we're gonna we call it that some kind of movie block that I'll watch some kind of TV show and I'll talk about it while try to show you bits and pieces of it. Because some people were doing that when the Star Trek show came out. people were making fun of the Star Trek show, but you got to see some of the Star Trek show they was watching and everything. Yeah, watch party, and I might show you that. Somebody about I think it was 2019. I think it was either Rob D or Big D Entertainment said he wanted me to do a watch party of Lost in Space, and I think I can still be able to do Lost in Space still, and that would be interesting because because I really never saw Lost in Space before. I saw one or two episodes back in 1984 or 85 or 86, and didn't really know what I was watching. It wasn't really interesting because I was a little kid and I like Star Trek more. I was watching Batman and all that other stuff in the '60s. That Lost in Space was something I don't remember that I don't remember much of except for the robot. So if I did do that show again, I would do the first episode of the pilot, and it'd be like watching a brand new show but in black and white. Because I don't mind black and white TV shows. Because I watch a lot of black and white shows anyway, and I would give you a real honest thing of the show because I never saw the show before. It'd be super honest, and then I would talk about the show. You guys would talk about it too, saying how you like this and that and what you remember of the show, and I would be just watching it. Hey, people didn't make it for the live stream. I'm gonna do a video about me being on YouTube for 2 years, and do a video about how YouTube is taking out dislikes and likes off videos. Just in case people don't watch the live stream, they can have a video to watch. And that's how most channels do that anyway. They make a live stream and then they chop things out the live stream. But I can't do that, so I'm gonna just do a video of it. And you might see a lot of dating sites on some of the videos. Whatever you do, don't click on any of them dating sites or porno sites or whatever sites that you keep popping on. I am deleting them when I do see them and blocking them and everything. It is hard because they come on all kind of weird hours that I only can block what I see. But I am, and because it's only me doing all this, it's going to take longer. But if you see any weird sites on the video, just don't click it, leave it alone. Sometimes they disappear because YouTube takes them off. And if I see them, I take them off also. But mostly YouTube is doing the work for me sometimes. So I'm thinking this might, but I'll give it 4 more minutes and then I'll stop the live stream. Unless somebody talks before the 4 minutes is up. Oh, here we go. We got somebody. I found a little bit of classic potty books for potty training. Oh, that's awesome. They had a lot of books out there for potty training. Even my mom had an old book from the '70s that talked about how to potty train the kids. And I didn't think it was so hard to potty train a little kid to go potty. But I know one of my friends, her mother used to let her and her sister run out kind of naked to go potty until they learned how to go potty on until they learned to use the real potty. And I think I yeah. I don't think nowadays people go on the computer or have YouTube videos so people how to go potty. 'Cause people don't read. I don't think people are gonna read potty books anymore. I know I wouldn't. Yeah, if I had a little kid or something, they would just have to learn on their own. I wouldn't really read a book to figure that one out. Unless it had a bunch of pictures in it. And this is my first long live stream I ever did. So my last one was I think two hour and 4 minutes. I tell you, remember all everything I do, and mostly, and I know some people were kind of upset last month that when I do, I didn't know that I book back. I didn't know that. Yeah, it was. They had two potty books. They had one in '67 about a little girl named something, and she would have little potty adventures. And they made a book of her potty adventures in one book. It was three stories in one. And then they made another book in the. They made two in the '70s, but my mom got one of the '70 books. They were like the early '70s. I think '71 and '73. And they could have made more, but that's all she was able to save. In a little bit, I would read enough of them. Cause I like to read about different things I find interesting. And there probably was a lot of potty books when I was growing up too. Because there was a book when I was little to teach the mother how to put diapers on their kids. And because cloth diapers was still around back in the '80s, they had to teach the parents how to put the safety pin on without poking the kid. And then they had another book of how to do the diapers right. Because if you do the diapers wrong, you rip off the edge and you can't put the diapers on the kid. And because when I was babysitting, I had to change this kid diaper, and I didn't know there was a right way and wrong way of the diaper. So sometimes I would put the diaper on backwards. And the only way I knew I did it wrong sometimes because the kid would say, "You put my diaper on backwards." I'll be too tight, and he would have to let me know. But I only did that for 3 months, and then the kid got potty trained, and he didn't need no more diapers. And I was so happy. And who knows? They probably potty books in the '90s also. But unless it was the same book that everyone had, and they just kept releasing it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was a good babysitter because I didn't have no rules. Let the kids watch whatever they wanted to watch. 'Cause I know, yeah, 'cause that same kid, he wanted to watch, I think, at Jurassic Park, because he loved dinosaurs, and he watched that whole Jurassic Park by himself. He fell in love with the movie. It was a VCR tape of a Jurassic Park, and I think he went to sleep good because he took a nap and passed out real easy. And even when I was little, I used to watch a lot of horror films also. My parents are a big fan of the '80s. Oh, that's awesome. Course, they probably was around in the '80s, so they got to see more of the '80s than I did. Because I was little in the '80s, but I got to watch a lot of the rated R pictures and stuff like that. Because I used to go to the theaters and watch all the Freddy Cougars, the Jasons, the Michaels, the Rambos and stuff. And then when it came to TV, I used to just watch them cut, but they would still show a lot of the stuff that you saw at the theaters. Yeah, I went to the theaters up until '89 when I saw the last two big movies in the '80s, Batman and Little Mermaid. And then I didn't go to the theater that much in the '90s. I think the three I do remember in the '90s was I think the Lion King, the Power Ranger movie, and Batman Forever. And I saw Stu Little too, but I don't know if that was the '90s or the 2000s. That was the last movie I saw until I saw a lot of movies in the 2000s. 'Cause I used to go to the movie with my cousin sometimes when he was real little. 'Cause- and whatever came out, I would take him to the theater to watch. 'Cause I think I took him to see Shark Tales. And that was in the 2000s. I wasn't, yeah, I wasn't too crazy about the movie, but he loved the film. And I remember seeing Ant at the theaters. No, not Ant Life, something like that, a Bug Life. Yeah, that's what it was. And that was okay. See, I got bad memory with names, but when they pop up, yeah, I seen so many movies that it's hard to remember titles. But yeah, I think A Bug Life was better than Shark Tales. I wasn't crazy about either of the two films, but I like bugs more than I like fishes. I think the only fish film I like to watch is Jaws. I like seeing a shark eating people instead of them talking and singing. And I'm glad that you're still on the live stream. And I would see well, I'll keep on going because, like I said, I'm gonna keep the live stream will be as long as I get people to talk to. Yeah, the '80s was a good year. The '90s, I don't remember much of the '90s. Her daughter used to watch a lot of children's shows also because she was a baby, and she used to watch some kind of Peppy Pig, I think it was, and boy, and some Rat Family, and some picture with a guy with a big red afro or something, or orange afro. I think it was that, but because I didn't really pay attention to the show because I would only watch it because the little kid was watching it. Because there was I think there was a whole channel of all preschool shows on cable, 24/7 of that stuff. But when she fell asleep, I was able to change the channel, and now I don't have to worry about watching them shows ever again. I don't really remember too many names. And it could be why I don't remember any. That's why I don't know Franklin because that show came out. I think I don't think my cousin watched that show. That's why I don't remember that show too much. Because any show they watch, I would remember some of the pictures. Oh, we have three people looking at it, and I think in the when I he's three, I think that's views. Yeah, I'm trying to learn YouTube little at a time every day, and this might be my first. If you do get to 2 hours long, it'll be my first 2 hour live stream. If not, that's okay too. And I'm amazed that my computer not freezing or skipping or anything. Unless it is, and I don't know it because I have nobody telling me that it's freezing or skipping. And you can say I still watch a lot of the stuff from the '80s also. Because most of the stuff I did watch back when I was little, I won't be playing no records for Monday morning video because I left my record player at my mom's house yesterday and I didn't know it. That's why you got a cartoon movie to this morning, and you'll get another video tomorrow morning. And I should have my record player back Monday afternoon. And then once I get the record player back, we'll be going back to regular scheduled programs. But until then, I'll keep throwing cartoons out to people. So if you're wondering why there aren't no record being played today, there won't be no record. I won't be playing no records tonight for tomorrow either. That's because you need a record player to do records. But we do got a lot of records for this month, and that can run out. And because I really didn't have nothing planned for the end of this month, this would be to push out some things to make. And then they came, yeah, they did some children's story. Then they came back to look at it, and it was sent to YouTube Kids side. And they wasn't mad at it. They just did a video talking about why the subscribers couldn't watch that video. And then YouTube checked all their other videos out right after they did the video about why that one video went over, and the whole channel went to YouTube Kids side, and they had to do a whole new channel to talk about their channel that their whole channel went to YouTube Kids side, and then they told their fans that they would be no longer doing no more videos. So their channel is kind of obsolete right now because they their channel up still. They're just not putting no more new stuff on their channel because they're not making no money anymore. So if I do your book and you don't see it on my channel, if the sorry connection keep breaking up. Oh, that's okay. I, I'm my camera does that too a lot. If you see me going in and out, no, I'll be buying your book for next month. So yeah, so in June you'll be seeing your book. I think your book might be the first book out there because your book of 2010. So your book might be the first one for June 1st. Oh no, not for June 1st. We uh, it depends how many books and records we get. But you will get your book out there. I got it written down. I got it on my shopping list. I just have to wait for I have to wait for May 9th to come out. Then I buy it, and then we wait for it to do it. Then we wait for it to come to the house. But that's a long time from now. Because it takes a while to buy stuff. And sometimes the day might come like lately, I was able to buy stuff on the 8th instead of waiting for the ninth. And I don't know why that happened, but the earlier it happened, I'm good. The book is for a group. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it's a real book because they didn't do audiobooks. They don't do audiobooks for the 2000 kids. So your book would be the first, yeah, the first book I read in June. And it could be they don't do audiobooks for kids nowadays because kids got telephones that they can watch TVs on and play games on. That they don't really need audio anything anymore. But when I was a kid or a kid in the '90s, there were no cell phones out there. Only video games, TVs, cassette tapes, or CDs. So the kids nowadays, they got better stuff. And I'll probably go for 20 more minutes because you could. They had four She-Ra books on cassette tapes that were different than the records, but I couldn't didn't have a cassette player back. Had it already ready for me, but that's okay. But I'll keep going as long as I can, and I'm gonna try to do another live stream, and I'm gonna try to do another live stream tomorrow afternoon because I don't really know everybody's time zone. I will try to do another live stream, but tomorrow is Monday. So, but if it's a nice day tomorrow, I'll probably do another live stream at 2 in the afternoon. If it's a bad day outside on my side, then you'll probably get one at 1 o'clock. But if it's good, it'll be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when I do my live stream because I watch my 1 o'clock TV show. If it's nice outside, I get to watch it. And we'll do another video. We'll do 3 videos for the day. Cause I just got another idea that popped in my head. That might be, yeah, that might be a little controversy, but we got one. I got 2 people. Let's see how far this goes. Okay, there's the time again. Like he's seeing the timer stop a lot. It's the night, and I did a lot of things today. I'm surprised I've been able to think of a lot of different subjects in an hour